And Your Honor, is everybody able to see and hear it?
I can't hear anything. I can see it.
Oh, okay.
Starts talking until a ways in, Mr. Lee. I mean, I don't think the sound comes on until a little while, a little more down. Okay, here it comes.
I'm sorry, is the sound coming through?
I can't hear much of anything.
Oh.
There's no audio. There's supposed to be. I'm not hearing it.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
No audio that I'm hearing.
Mr. Roberts, were you able to hear audio?
I think the audio starts when the door is opened. I think that's when the audio starts.
Well, I've been hearing the audio the whole time. Apparently,
well, I've been hearing a little bit. I've been hearing it, but I know that it becomes very loud when Mr. Haynes comes to the door.
I'm just what sounds like some creaking every now
and
then.
That's what I'm hearing as well, Your Honor. Mr. Weed, I would say the video I have has much more sound than this.
Yeah. I can hear. I can hear.
It's muffled, but at this point it was a lot louder on my end. When the video I have for this is a lot louder, but something is going on with the audio.
I'm not hearing anything discernible anyway.
All right. Oh, and Mr. Roberts, I can suggest if you want to try sharing the video.
Okay, hold on, because I think what we did, we spliced it, but we could play the whole thing. We have a unspliced version. Hold on. You got the whole thing, Brian? Yeah. Just give us a moment. We'll start the video from this particular point, or you need us to move further back. Mr. Weed?
I don't need it. I mean, whatever's from this point onward is fine.
All right. And then okay, Attorney Brown, you have the I left this. It was right at the knocking at the door before Mr. Haynes comes in. I'll answer the door. You got it? Yeah.
And Your Honor, another suggestion, I can call my next witness and we can go ahead and present her testimony while we're working through these issues, and maybe later on we can figure this out.
Is that acceptable, Mr. Roberts? Just go ahead.
We just got it up, so if we just want to go and just deal with the police officers.
All right.
There it is.
I'm still not hearing anything.
I'm not hearing anything either.
Let's do this. Why don't we just, if there's an agreement, call your next witness, and then y'all can maybe get somebody that can assist here and get it.
Go ahead.
He bit me already. Okay? We're having a We're in. Come on. I did not mean to shoot her. I was
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands back here now. Put your hands back here. Don't resist.
1021.
I did not mean to.
Take it out. Let's go. Get EMS here now. We need EMS 1018 now.
I didn't mean to. I was trying to defend myself. My son was at
I got you. Let's go.
Can somebody
We'll
deal with Malcolm?
We'll talk.
He's in the room.
We're gonna get him.
Go get Malcolm.
I got him. Go get the kid.
I didn't mean to do anything. I was trying to protect myself. You bit me already.
Okay. I got it, sir. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know who you are. You need to take a deep breath and relax, okay? We'll figure it out together, all right? Have any weapons on you or anything I don't know about?
Any weapons.
Okay. Come on down here, please.
Georgia, your car.
Police 543 dispatch. Get EMS here right now, 1018.
Fuck, man.
Face the car. Face the car.
Jasmine.
Face the car.
I'm facing it.
Just
Jasmine.
stay right there. You haven't been searched. You're making me nervous. Spread your legs, please. Thank you, sir. I don't want to have an issue, okay? We don't know each other. So you need to chill out and let me do my job, okay? We are worried about the kid. We're going to deal with that, all right? We will.
Dealing with the dog.
We will. We're not going to let the dog get anybody, okay?
Bit me already.
All right.
Do we have any kind of ID on him?
No, we haven't gotten that far. I need him searched. He's covered in blood.
got anything on you?
No.
No? Okay.
I was just trying to protect my son.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, man.
Let's go.
You don't need an EMS.
We absolutely do need EMS.
No, but I don't need
She does.
Sir,
All right,
let's get in consideration that the dog attacked me.
I
and my
understand
son.
that. I'm detaining you for reference and investigation. We'll get to all of that in just a moment, sir,
Will
okay?
you at least give me?
We will happy to talk to you in just a few minutes, okay? I have no idea what's going on. I want to hear your side of things, but I'm just not in a position to do that yet until we get the scene secure, okay? We don't know each other, so you just need to work with me as best you can, all right? Be patient. I'm going to be patient with you, all right? And we're going to get you seated in an air-conditioned car. I heard you said you got bit earlier. I heard you say you got bit earlier. Okay. All right. And that's a dog? Okay.
I didn't mean to bite him. I just needed to protect my son. He's 2 years old and he walked in the room.
Like a human bite. Doesn't look like a dog bite. Let's get him stoned for now. Yep. All right, we're going to have you sit down in the car, okay, while we work things out. This side?
Has he been searched?
No, yeah, we just searched him for weapons.
Nothing on him.
We're going to have you sit down, though, okay?
What about my son, though?
We're gonna call somebody for him, okay?
No, but he's not hurt.
Well, I'm not. I want to call somebody for your son, okay? I see, all
Why
right?
am I being put in the? I was just trying to protect my family.
Okay, I understand.
Why doesn't anybody?
Let us work it through.
We're working through it.
We're
Fast
working
as
through
we
But
it.
nobody's listening to me. The dog bit me first.
We are listening, but you have to give us time to make sure that everything's okay and work through this. Because right now,
My
there's
son
nothing
is 3 years old. I got in the room. I tried to keep him in there safe. The dog bit me first.
Okay, and we're gonna work through that. Just go back, okay? I'm gonna go turn up the air so you get some air conditioning, okay?
I just need to make sure my baby's okay. I didn't.
Can you
I
slide
think
in, please? And I'm gonna go around
after
and
she's,
we'll go ahead and.
I don't know, but here.
Anybody listening to
Let
me?
me get some information from you, sir.
What do you need, Kelsey?
What's your first name?
My name is Justin. I didn't
Justin?
do anything but try to protect my child.
Your last
The
name, sir?
dog. Yeah.
Haynes?
Yes.
How do you spell it?
Yes.
And how old are you, Mr. Haynes?
30.
You're 30, okay?
Yes.
What's your date of birth, Mr. Haynes?
Can I please see what's going on with my baby?
No, not right now. Okay, we're working that scene out,
Man,
okay? We have no idea what's going on.
If you were the father, you would understand. The dog bit me.
There are 90 police officers here right now,
I
okay?
understand.
So no one is going to let anything happen to that child. In just a moment, as soon as I can get pertinent information from you, we're going to call someone.
With the baby. I just wanted to protect him from that dog.
I understand.
He
Right
has
now,
already mauled somebody. I've been bit by the dog.
Mr. Haynes, I'm going to call somebody for the child in just a moment, okay? I'm just getting pertinent information from you,
I
okay?
don't want to call anybody for the child. It's my son. I put him in the room for a reason.
This is going to take quite a bit of time of investigating. We're not going to hurry through this, okay? So you need to get over the idea that we're just going to stop doing what we're doing. We are going to do this step by step, which means I'm going to get your information. I'm going to call someone to get the kid, and then we're going to talk to you about what happened. That's the steps in which we're going to do this because that's safest for you, safest for us, and safest for the child. So, what is your date of birth, Mr. Haynes?
7/23/88.
7/23 of 88.
No
All right,
intentions of doing anything.
I understand that, Mr. Haynes.
This girl, but she locked herself in the room with the dog, and the dog fucking bit me. If you put your flashlight on there, you can see that's a dog bite. He bit me, and I tried to protect my son who was
Okay, what is the telephone number I can call someone for the child?
Everything it is that she said is gonna be, she's gonna go to the hospital with no problem. I'm going to the hospital with the dog bite, and I didn't do anything but other than protect my son.
Dog inside? I have no idea. Where's the dog?
He should be in the house.
Not a dog?
It's a pit bull.
What bedroom? On the left or right as you walk in?
Shit, man.
Mr. Haynes, what is a telephone number I can call someone for the child so he doesn't have to be around all these lights and everything, okay? Yes.
I didn't mean to have my son put all this.
I know, but let's be reasonable, okay? As father, I understand what you're saying, okay? I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you, Mr. Haynes, but you don't want your kid to be around this, right?
No.
They don't want to be around this.
No, but the dog bit me.
I understand.
I only did what I had to do to protect her. I did,
Mr. Haynes.
my intention was not to do any harm.
I think that's very reasonable. You sound like a reasonable guy. I want to hear what you have to say, but I've got to get your child out of here. I got to get your child out of here.
Jail.
I don't know that you're going to jail. I have no idea because I'm not.
No, but I had a DUI prior, and I just want to be able to take care of my son. I had no intention.
But this isn't the place to do this with all these cops running around. If we could get grandma or somebody here that or an aunt or somebody.
Man, grandma is a judge.
Okay. Well, that's okay. Anyone that's a responsible party to help with the child, I think, is the most reasonable thing right now because he's sitting probably in the back of a police car or sitting in the front seat of a police car, and then we don't want that to happen. Okay.
Can we see him?
Well, I think probably before we leave, yeah, but I just don't know the details of all that yet. Okay. There's lots of moving parts here. You can see I'm just one guy. Okay. So, Mr. Haynes,
I don't mean to cause you any problem.
Well, then help me get a number so that I can call someone to come get that baby.
I don't want to give you a number because it's going to be my mom.
Okay.
And she's not
I respect that.
happy about this.
What's your middle initial, Mr. Haynes?
Officer, you can see that the dog bit me.
Mr. Haynes, I'm going to photograph that as soon as I get information about who you are. Okay. What is your middle initial, sir? Mr. Haynes, I don't know necessarily that you're going to jail. You are detained, reference, and investigation at this point. I don't know the circumstances yet. I want to talk to you about all that, but I'm not in a position to do any of those things until I know who I'm talking to. Right now, all I have is Justin Haynes. Do you have a middle initial? Or a middle name? Haynes. Justin, what's your middle initial? I'm sorry? C? Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. Now, Mr. Haynes. Yes.
I did not intend to have my son brought out like this.
I don't either.
The dog went crazy.
Okay. Hold on just a second.
And she decided.
Hey, can you give me a phone? Can I get a phone from one of y'all? A work phone? You can go to my car and get it. It's down the way, but I just need a phone to take a picture of him.
My son. Can I just see my son? You can take all the pictures you want. I'm in handcuffs now.
Right. He doesn't need to see that. Yes.
I don't need to see what? Can I please see him?
Let me take your picture of you said that's a bite wound. I want to just take a picture of that, okay? You're saying right here?
Mr. Haynes, is your date of birth 7/23/88?
An officer's asking you a question, Mr. Haynes.
Is that your date of birth? Mr. Haynes.
I was just trying to defend myself. My son was in the house. I understand, but y'all look finna go ahead and book me. I work for the clerk's office. I understand how this works. I had no intentions of hurting this girl, but I had to protect my son. I understand that you're gathering information, but you're gathering more information on me than you are on her. It's her dog. She caused this, and
7/23/88. Hey, let me get a picture of the leg. Hold still now, okay?
Did you get it or no?
Yeah, I'm getting pictures of it now. I don't know if you have a scale or anything. Ruler? That's all right. I'm sure that we'll get more pictures of these as they come out better.
do I have to be booked in?
Sir, I don't even know if you're under arrest yet, okay? I'm not that kind of, so I'm just like
I didn't intend. I just tried to protect
stopgap
my
officer.
son. He's 3 years old.
I understand that. I'm just a stopgap officer. That means I get here and I can help out and control things.
I understand what you
Oh, that's
did.
great. Good idea.
Sir, please
Let me take a picture of this.
I just want to be able to talk to you.
Well, the passcode came on.
This is my phone.
Officer Northway, what is your passcode? Here you go. To the gap. I just need to be able to take pictures of this, and her passcode came on because I closed it out. Sorry.
It's ridiculous.
Perfect, thank you.
You mean it's ridiculous?
She's saying her phone and security is ridiculous.
I understand. What is it?
So what do you do
Cosplay?
Northwest?
Northwest.
What do you do
Officer, I did not intend to have any problems, but the dog bit me already. You understand? Like, I didn't intend to have any problems. I just wanted to protect my son. He's 3 years old. He wasn't anything more than between that door and the dog.
I haven't gotten an overall yet. I haven't gotten that far. We can get them out and take a picture if you want.
I mean, he can stay right here. Mr. Haynes, I'm gonna have to take your off this interview.
I haven't gotten anything. He came out of the house covered in blood. We've detained him at this point. Haven't seen nothing yet. No.
Excuse me, Officer.
Officer Britt, yes.
Britt, did anybody take the dog out of the house?
I have no idea at this juncture. You come out of the house and all you...
The dog's locked in the ring. But that was the problem, officer. The dog bit me.
But we can't do anything with the dog right now, so it's locked away so it doesn't get to anybody.
But I was doing the best that I could.
Okay, but the dog is not getting to anybody right now. We'll deal with the dog later.
But I'm going to jail because the
You're
dog...
not necessarily going to jail at this time. Handcuffs are on for the detention and safety of everyone, okay? No, I have not. Because I wasn't planning on doing that interview.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead and raise him and I'll
Sure.
just do this?
Okay.
Read me for what?
I'm going to advise you of your constitutionally enumerated rights, okay?
Where's CIB?
Hey, we're rolling. We're rolling. CIB.
CIB said bring him up to the station.
Get your feet in, okay?
And CIB.
Because we're not going to talk to you on scene. We'll talk to you in a more safer environment with air conditioning and stuff, okay?
Officer.
Yep. Not here, okay?
My son was in there. I was just doing what's in the best.
Can I get a number to call somebody for the son?
Do you have any clothes? Do you have any like jeans or shorts or slides or anything that we can take?
In my house, I was just trying to protect myself.
Is there anything else that we can take for this? So you can be a little bit more slides, jeans, anything that.
They just want to get your side of things. We're not doing that here in the street. That's what they're saying.
We're not doing that in the street.
I'm gonna take you up to the station and then they're gonna talk to you.
No, but what about where's my son going?
That's why I was trying to get a number to call for your son.
I know, but I don't want to utilize the number for my son.
We're not going to have your son around all these blinking lights and police officers right now because that's not healthy for him. So let's call somebody that can be healthy and take care of him, okay? While you sort things out at the police station, all right? That's pretty reasonable. I know, but things happen.
You would do whatever it is.
Mr. Haynes, this is being very circular because you keep circling back. I need you to give me a number for your son so we can put him in good conditions just right now. I'm not treating you in any way.
But defend myself. If a pit bull hit you,
He's not.
It's fine.
It smells as though he's had something to drink.
I was at home.
Oh, Mr. Haynes, what's a telephone number I can call your mom or a cousin or somebody or an aunt, anybody that we can to come take care of the child for while this is just
off the top of my head. I would have to get my phone.
don't know moms. Anybody in town's number?
Officer.
We'll work it backwards to the resources we have. Get your feet in for me, okay, please? Because you're going to the station, please.
For what? Though?
Because they want to talk to you about what happened today. They want to hear your side of the story. The investigators, not me.
The dog.
I can't do anything because I'm just the helper with this. I'm not the guy that's investigating this. Someone at the police station who is investigating this will want to hear your side of it. That's why they were going there, okay? But not here right now, not in this moment, because there's.
Can you tell me, boss?
I have no idea where he is. I assume that they're calling somebody.
Officer, I will call.
Then get your feet in if you're going to cooperate.
I will.
Thank you.
Will you please tell me where my son is?
I assume that he's with a police officer at this time in safe custody.
Can I at least say goodbye to him?
I don't think that's necessary right now, okay? You're going to get to see him again and talk to him.
Anywhere.
Right, but I don't think that that's healthy for the child right now, okay? So you've got blood all over you. That's scary. You're in handcuffs. That's scary. That's not healthy for him, okay? We'll let you talk to him in a little while, but right now we're going to take you to the station, okay? Not right now. Not right now, you're not. I'm sorry. That's not healthy, okay?
Please.
No. That's not up for debate.
I would just say goodbye and leave.
I don't think that's necessary at this time, okay? We're going to be leaving. That's why all these cars are clearing out. We're going to the station, okay?
Try to defend myself.
And I think that's reasonable to talk to the officer at the station who's investigating this. Not me. I'm not the one that's investigating this. I don't have anything to do with it. I don't have any juice in the matter. See all those guys standing over there? Those are all my bosses. They want you taken to the station.
I do. Can you please consult with them? I just would like to say goodbye to
I'm gonna talk to them that you would like to talk to your son. I assume he may be taken to the station as well. Maybe that can be facilitated there. I don't know the circumstances, okay?
Take him to the station. He's 3 years old.
Well, we're not gonna leave. We're not gonna leave him here, right?
I know that.
Right,
Well,
so-
will you please let me at least say goodbye to him?
I don't know the circumstances of that because I don't know when I have an answer for you. She's gonna get rolling though, Mr. Haynes.
Is there any other kid, Rick, can you do me a favor and find out if there's any other kids besides the 5-year-old that we need to worry about?
Hey, Mr. Haynes, I hear there's a 5-year-old. How many kids are in that house?
It's just one.
Just one?
3-year-old.
A 3-year-old. What's his name?
Malcolm.
He says there's a 3-year-old named Malcolm.
Wait a minute.
3-year-old, we searched the house.
Where's the 3-year-old?
It's Malcolm.
You sure not 5? He's saying he's 3. He's saying the child is 3.
What about another child?
There's a young child.
What about another child?
Are there any other children in that house?
No.
No, he says no.
No.
No other kids. No her kids, no your kids.
Or can I just speak to a boss or a manager or something?
They're asking if there's any other children in that house.
I don't mind speaking to them directly, please. Please, I'm not asking for too much. I just want to be able to say, Malcolm, it's going to be okay. I didn't do anything but try to protect him. I'm in my drawers. My dick is hanging out. I don't mean
Your
to
name
be
is
just...
your name is Malcolm?
No.
My name is Justin.
Justin?
The baby's name is Malcolm.
I'm Sergeant Trowbridge from the police department.
What'd you say?
I'm Sergeant Trowbridge from the police department. Everything you have to say is important, but we're trying to get some answers to questions to make sure everybody's accounted for real quick and they're safe.
I do understand.
How many people were inside?
It was just the baby and me, and the young lady and the dog.
Okay.
I didn't.
So and the child is you're saying it's 3, not 5.
I don't know where you got 5 from.
I don't know. We're probably estimating based on appearance.
He's
But he's
3
years old.
Can I at least speak to him? I'm in handcuffs. I'm not going anywhere.
Right now, that's not possible. Okay, as soon as it becomes possible, we'll let you know.
Officer, I'm not being charged with anything yet.
I appreciate what you're saying, but you are detained and you're not free to go.
I'm not trying to go anywhere. I just want to be able to tell my son it's going to be all right.
I appreciate you. That's not possible at the moment.
All right, Mr. Haynes, watch your legs, okay?
When
We're gonna go.
will I be able to see?
The officers upstairs will be the ones to tell you that. We're gonna talk to you at the station, okay? Watch your feet, okay?
Fuck, man. I didn't...
Were we able to establish any kind of clothing or slides that he wants to take?
No, he's circular. He's just round and round and round about wanting to talk to his kid. I think we're gonna hold that, reference the investigation, and his boxers are enough. Yes.
The hospital to start working on his stuff.
The only name I have for him is Justin C. Haynes.
And he needs to go to the station. Yeah.
Justin C. Haynes, 723 of 88.
Her name. The lady's name.
I had no idea.
Can we work on getting her lady's name?
I haven't Mirandized him because
I don't care.
Lieutenant Balacio said
To see. She needs medical treatment, so let's do that.
okay.
And, Your Honor, if we could pause.
I have mail in here. There's mail in the mailbox.
I think that's pretty much all that's relevant from this video, unless the defense wants to play the rest.
Mr. Roberts?
Yeah.
No, I think that's fine.
I'm sorry, couldn't hear you. I can't hear you, Mr. Roberts.
Got to turn up his volume.
Mr. Roberts, try again. Can't hear you.
Am I back?
Yep, you're back.
Yeah, it helps to have somebody smarter than you around you, Mr.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's fine. He's correct.
So we'll end the publication of that exhibit at this point.
Yes.
Okay. Call your next witness, Mr. Weed.
Jasmine Perkins.
Jasmine Perkins. She's in the waiting room. Ms. Perkins, if you can hear me, your video is not up. If you can bring that up for us. And your microphone is muted.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Can hear you now, can't see you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Still no video.
It says allow. Okay. Allow. Okay, it says I need to go to my settings. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Settings. Okay.
All right, I think we're getting you now. Can't see your face very well, Miss Perkins. If you can tilt the camera, there we go. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. If you would please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this cause to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. You may inquire, Mr. Weed.
Please state your name for us.
I'm Jasmine Perkins.
Do you know the defendant, Justin Haynes?
Yes.
And how long have you known him?
Since November of 2017.
All right. Were you ever in a romantic relationship with him?
Yes.
And when was the time period of that romantic relationship?
On and off from November 2017 to July 29th, 2018.
All right. Whenever you say on and off again, were there periods of time during that time frame where you weren't so much of a couple?
Yes.
All right. But now on July 29th of 2019, what kind of relationship did you have with the defendant at that time?
A working relationship. We were hanging out, spending time at each other's home. We were on an on period.
Okay. All right. Now, where does the defendant live, or where did he live on July 29th of 2019?
1021 Preston Street.
All right. And who lived at that home with the defendant?
It was him. His son would be there occasionally.
All right. And who is his son?
Malcolm.
All right. And how old was Malcolm back on July 29th of 2019?
He was 3.
All right. Now, did you have a dog back on July 29th of 2019?
Repeat that, I'm sorry.
Did you have a dog back on July 29th?
Yes.
All right. And what was your dog's name?
His name is Samson.
All right. Now, was Samson at the defendant's home on July 29th of 2019?
Yes.
And why was Samson at the defendant's home on that date?
Justin and I were spending so much time together that I didn't want him to be at my apartment or townhouse at the time alone. So he was at Justin's house where I was going to be, where we had been.
All right. And how long before July 29th of 2019 had Samson been at the defendant's home?
Maybe a week.
Okay. Now, on July 29th of 2019, did you go to the defendant's home?
Yes.
Approximately when?
It was sometime between 6:30 and 7:30.
All right. And why did you go to the defendant's home that day?
To hang out, go to sleep, go to work next morning.
All right. In the days leading up to July 29th of 2019, had you been going over to the defendant's home and spending the night?
Yes.
All right. So on July 29th of 2019, was that your routine practice to stay at the defendant's home?
Yes.
Now, who all was present at the defendant's home when you got there on July 29th of 2019?
Justin and his son, and Samson.
All right. Now, what did you do whenever you got to the defendant's home on July 29th of 2019?
When I walked in, I sat down on the couch with him. We had a brief conversation. I went, made some burgers, sat down with him on the couch. Eventually, I put my stuff up and went into the bedroom.
All right. Now, whenever you say you cooked some burgers, did you cook burgers for yourself or for anybody else?
I cooked burgers for everyone. I think I made like 6 burgers, something like that.
All right. And did Justin, the defendant, did he eat any of those burgers that you cooked?
No, he didn't eat with me.
Oh, okay. But did he eat any of the burgers?
I don't know.
All right. Did you eat any of the burgers?
Yes.
Okay. After you ate the burgers, what did you do?
Went into the bedroom.
All right. And which bedroom would that be?
It's probably the main bedroom, to the right of the bathroom.
All right. And is that the defendant? Is that the room that the defendant used to sleep in?
Yes.
All right. Now, up until that point in the night, in the evening, what was the defendant's demeanor like or mood?
He was a little agitated, irritable. I thought something was wrong. Maybe he was drinking before I got there. It's the reason why I made the burgers.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. Did you see the defendant drinking alcohol that night?
No.
All right. Did he seem or appear as if he'd been drinking alcohol?
Yes.
And why do you say that? What did you see? You think that?
Like, his words were slurred and he had a lot of like saliva in his mouth. It was just, I mean, we have drank together, so I kind of know what it looks like.
All right. Now, you said at some point that you're in the defendant's bedroom after eating the burgers?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What are you doing in the bedroom?
I just laid across the bed. I had the TV on.
All right. Was anybody else in the bedroom with you?
Samson was underneath the bed, in a little hideout, comfortable spot that he found. Malcolm was in and out of the room.
And what was Malcolm doing in and out of the room?
Relaying messages from Justin to me.
And what do you mean by relaying messages?
Malcolm would just come in and say, Daddy wants to talk to you. Why aren't you talking to Daddy?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, eventually, does the defendant come into the bedroom?
Yes.
All right. Well, what happens when he comes into the bedroom?
He's telling me that we need to talk. We need to have a conversation. And basically, I say, okay, I was trying to avoid the conversation. I just felt like it could turn into an argument. So I told him, if you want to have a conversation, put your son in his room. And he went off about that.
All right. You said that he went off about that. Who went off?
Justin. Justin got angry at the fact that I asked him to put his son in his room and put his son in his room so that we can have a conversation to talk about whatever it is that he wanted to talk about.
All right. Now, did the defendant put Malcolm in his room?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. So after the defendant put Malcolm in Malcolm's room, then what did the defendant do?
He was standing in the threshold of the door, and he said, you can't, you can't just shoo away my son. You can't just put him away like a dog, tell me to put him to bed or something along those lines. You just can't get rid of him. So he got angry and he started to hit the wall. And,
right. And what do you mean by hit the wall?
Punch the wall.
All right. All right. And then what happened?
Samson started barking.
All right. So is this still in the bedroom?
Yeah.
All right. So who all's in the bedroom at this point?
Justin's in the entrance of the door. I'm on the bed and Sam's between the bed and the closet.
All right. Okay. So describe what happens next.
So he's angry about me asking him to put Malcolm in his room. He hits the wall, Sam's barking. Now he's telling me to shut the dog up, shut him up. And then the situation escalates, and I bear hold Samson between the bed and the closet. I have my arms around him. Justin walks by us, looking in his drawer, and looks in his closet and says either "where's my gun" or "I'm going to get my gun" or something like that, and leaves the room. Once he leaves the room, I close the door, lock the door, and I'm holding the door. And shortly after that, I hear him coming back to the door.
All right. And let me back up for a minute. So why did you close and lock the door to the bedroom after the defendant left?
Because he told me he was going to get his gun.
Okay. All right. And after the defendant left, did he ever come back to the bedroom door?
Yes.
All right. Could you hear him on the other side of the door?
I can hear him and feel him.
All right. So just to be clear, are you inside the bedroom while the door is locked?
Yes.
And is the defendant outside of the door?
Yes.
Okay. What do you hear the defendant doing outside of the door, bedroom door?
He's twisting on the doorknob.
All right. Is he saying anything?
Yes. Open the door.
All right. And what do you do?
Tell him to calm down. Stop. I'm just standing there holding the door knob, talking to him.
All right. Now, is he talking to you through the door?
No, he's yelling. He's angry. He's yelling and cursing, making threats.
And what kind of threats?
He said I wasn't safe. He was going to kill us.
All right. So then what happens?
I hear what sounds like a gun cycling, and I try to move, but I've already been hit.
All right. And what do you mean by you've already been hit?
Well, I mean, when I tried to move from the door, I moved my body to the left and backed up out of that little corner, and I looked, and there was blood everywhere.
All right. Did you hear the sound of a gunshot?
I did.
All right. And where were the shots coming from?
The outside of the door.
And at the time that you heard the gunshots, where were you standing?
Behind the door.
All right. All right. Now, before you heard the gunshots, did you hear the defendant say anything about he was going to shoot?
No.
What was he saying?
Open the door.
Now, after you heard the shots, did you notice if you had any injuries on you?
Yes.
And where were the injuries?
My hand was completely opened and my thighs were open.
Okay. After you saw those injuries, were you able to walk?
I maybe took 2 steps before I lost the ability to stand.
Okay. So at that point, then were you on the floor?
Yeah.
All right. Was Samson still in the room?
Yes.
All right. Where was he at?
Between the bed and the closet, in front of the dresser drawers.
Did you do anything with Samson?
Yeah, I told Sam, get in the closet. I put my feet, once I got the closet closed, I put my feet on the creases of the door of the closet to keep them closed.
All right. Now, are you still on the floor at this time?
Yes.
All right. Did you have a telephone with you?
Yeah, I found my phone. I guess I brought it in there with me from earlier, but I saw my phone and I had asked for help. And so I called the police. I called 911.
All right. When you say you asked for help, what do you mean by that?
As soon as I was shot, I told Justin he had shot me. And I asked him to call the police.
Okay. Now, at this point, was the defendant still outside the room?
Yes.
Okay. And in response to you asking for help or to call the police, what did the defendant do?
Completely ignored it. I guess he acted like he didn't hear me. I don't know.
All right. What was he doing if...
Threats.
I'm sorry?
He continued to make threats through the door.
Okay. All right. Well, did you call 911?
Yes.
All right. And were you able to get in touch with the 911 operator?
Yes.
Do you remember talking to the 911 operator?
Yes.
All right. What was your condition at that time?
Terrified. I was short of breath. I was overwhelmed. I guess I was in shock. I don't know.
Now, while you were talking to the 911 operator, what was the defendant doing?
Making threats, yelling at me.
All right. Was he in the room or still outside the room?
When I first got on the phone with the 911 operator, he was outside of the room. Towards the end of the conversation, he had got in the room.
All right. So if I understand you correctly, while you're on the telephone with the 911 operator, at the beginning of that conversation, the defendant's out of the room, but towards the end of that conversation, he does enter the room.
Yeah.
I understood you correct?
That's correct. He once he gained entry to the room, he took my phone and hung up on the 911 operator.
Okay. Now, do you know how he was able to gain entry into the room?
No.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever seen the defendant use any sort of something like a metal object to pick the lock or to open the door before to that bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what were you doing whenever the defendant entered the room?
Sitting on my behind with my back against the bed, my feet against the closet door, and I was on the phone with the 911 operator.
Okay. And were you continuing to talk to the 911 operator?
Once Justin got into the room, my attention was on him.
Okay. All right. So what happened with the telephone and the 911 operator?
Well, once he gets in the room, I believe we have a brief I'm basically saying, I can't believe you shot me. And he takes my phone, which is on speaker, and he hangs up on the 911 operator.
All right. And then what's the next thing that happens?
He tries to pick me up, and for whatever reason, the first time he doesn't, and then the second time he's able to pick me up and takes me and puts me in the living room area. By this time, is hollering.
All right. So, excuse me. So, what are you doing there in the living room?
Just laying there.
All right. Do you hear anybody outside the house at that point?
I see lights, like a lot of lights coming through the windows, and I hear banging at the door.
Okay. All right. And what does the defendant do at that point?
He's pacing back and forth with his hands on his head, saying he's going to jail.
Okay. All right. Eventually, does the defendant answer the door? Or let me ask you, do you remember that?
No.
All right. Well, just tell me the next thing you do remember.
Next thing I remember, I hear shouting. I assume it's the police, and then I see or remember feeling a bunch of people around me. Somebody tied something really tight around my leg. And then I remember the lights when I came out on the stretcher. Somebody talked to me in the ambulance, and somebody was talking to me once I got to the hospital.
Okay. All right. Now, what injuries did you have as a result of this incident?
My hand, my left hand, it's just it's broken. It can't be fixed. My legs, the way it healed, my skin is attached to the muscle, so it pulls when I walk. And just severe scarring on both my legs and my hand.
All right. Now, I want to share some exhibits with you. And these are going to be exhibits 9, 10, 20, 29, 30, and 31. So let me pull them up. All right. Do you see a screen? It's a white screen, and it says Miss Perkins on there?
Yes.
All right. Now, have you seen the, and this is a PowerPoint presentation, have you seen this, the photographs in this PowerPoint presentation before?
Probably.
Yeah, the exhibits 9, 10, 20, 29, 30, and 31, if you recall.
Sure, yes.
Yeah. Is exhibits 9 and 10, are they true and accurate photographs of the defendant's home where this incident happened?
Yes.
Okay. And Your Honor, I'd like to enter and publish State's Exhibit 9 and 10 at this time.
Any objection, Mr. Roberts?
No objection, Your Honor.
9 and 10 will be admitted.
All right. Ms. Perkins, I don't know if you could see State's Exhibit 9 now on the screen.
Give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay, I can see it.
All right. And what's State's Exhibit 9 a photograph of?
That's where Justin was staying at the time.
All right. Is this the home that you were at on July 29th of 2019, where
Yes.
this happened that you just testified to?
Yes.
All right. Now, looking at State's Exhibit 10, what is that a photograph of?
That is what it looks like when you first walk into the home.
All right. Now, I want to show you State's Exhibit 20 and just ask you, do you recognize that metal object that's depicted in State's Exhibit 20?
Yes.
All right. Have you seen that metal object before?
Yes.
And where have you seen that metal object before?
That is what we use to get into a locked door at that house.
And where is that metal object when you've seen it at the defendant's house? Where is it normally kept?
Either in a drawer or on top of the door, out of Malcolm's reach.
All right. Now I want to show you State's Exhibit 29, 30, and 31, which are photographs of the bedroom in which you're in. Our State's Exhibit 29, 30, and 31, which you viewed previously, are they true and accurate photographs of the bedroom you were in when you were shot?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd ask that State's Exhibit 29, 30, and 31 be entered into evidence and published.
Any objection?
Yes, Your Honor.
You didn't move 20 into evidence. Did you intend to?
Not at this time, Your Honor, no.
All right, 29, 30, and 31 will be admitted.
All right, so what are we looking at in State's Exhibit 29, Ms. Perkins?
That's where I was shot. Yeah.
Okay, if you can see where, first let me put the cursor. Do you see this? What is the door depicted in this photograph? Is that the bedroom door?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's the bedroom door.
Is this the entrance to the bedroom in which you were shot?
It is.
And is this area in front of the bedroom door where you were standing when you were shot?
Yes, it is.
All right. And further back, is that the bed and some sheets laying on the floor?
Yes.
All right. Now I want to go to State's Exhibit 30. What are we looking at in State's Exhibit 30?
That's the bed. That's the sheets that I was on when I fell.
And what is this object right here?
That's my cell phone.
All right. Next, State's Exhibit 31. Is that another view of your cell phone and the bloody sheets?
That's correct.
All right. And to the right where I have the cursor, are these doors to the closet in the bedroom?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Now, next I want to show you State's Exhibit 3 and 4, which if you recall, we previously went over, which are photographs of Samson.
Okay.
And have already been admitted into evidence. State's Exhibit 3 and 4, photographs of Samson, your dog.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Now, next, I want to go to State's Exhibit B. Do you recall listening to State's Exhibit B being an audio recording?
Yes.
And what is it an audio recording of?
When I call the 911 operator.
All right. And is State's Exhibit B a fair and accurate audio recording of your 911 conversation with the 911 operator on July 29th, 2019?
Yes.
And can you, in this audio recording, can you hear the defendant's voice in the background?
Yes.
All right. During your 911 call with the 911 operator, is there somebody that's can be heard yelling in the background?
Yes.
And who is that? Whose voice is that yelling in the background?
It's Justin's.
And Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to enter State's Exhibit B into evidence and publish.
Any objection to B?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, B will be admitted. Then you may publish.
And please let me know if you can't hear it, but I'm going to start it right now. And let me, were you able to hear that, Your Honor?
No.
Oh, gosh. Your Honor, were you able to hear that?
No.
Oh, let me try something else real quick then. don't know if, were you able to hear that?
No.
No? Ah.
Is it on mute? You just flipped up a shot there that looked like there was a mute. That may have been activated.
Still nothing?
A little bit of gargled at the beginning, but
Yeah.
discernible, and that it was very low volume as well.
Okay. Oh, we got Mr. Weed, for the record, we have pulled it up. If we need us to play it, we could play it as well.
Yes, that'd be great.
Okay, so my wonderful associate would have to mute my end and then go to her end. You ready?
Yeah. You got me?
Yeah.
You need it?
No, I need to go to the volume up button, right? This one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And let me just hit that one.
July 29th, 2019, 9:31 and 36 seconds p.m.
What's the address, Mr. Murphy? I'm dying. What's your address? 21 West. Okay, can you repeat your address for me? 1021 Pleasant Street. What's the closest cross street intersection? What's going on? Dying for what? I'm dying. Huh? A gunshot? Gunshot. Okay. Can you verify your phone number in case we get disconnected? 678. 699. Okay. How many times were you shot? Twice? Where were you shot at? Huh? Okay, I'm getting help to you, okay? Okay, I'm getting help to you. Just stay on the phone with me, okay? I'm dying. Just stay on the phone with me, okay? Okay, how long did this happen? Stay on the phone with me, okay? Stay on the phone with me. I'm dying. Okay? I'm dying. Who's the person that's yelling? I'm dying. Huh? Ma'am. I'm dying. Okay, stay on the phone. Stay on the phone with me, okay? Okay, stay on the phone with me, okay? Okay, how old are you? How old are you? How old are you, ma'am? Ma'am, who shot you? Who shot you? Who shot you? Ma'am. Ma'am, who shot you? Ma'am. Hello? Ma'am. Ma'am. Hello? 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 Hello?
Ms. Perkins, what were some of the things the defendant was yelling while you were on the 911 call?
He said I wasn't safe and that he'll effing kill me.
All right. Was he saying anything about opening the door?
Yes.
All right. All right. Now let me ask you. You said earlier that you and the defendant were hanging out and interacting in the days and weeks prior to July 29th of 2019.
Yes.
All right. Did you take any photographs of you and the defendant as you and him were hanging out in those days and weeks before July 29th, 2019?
Yes.
All right. We'll go ahead and try to share with you States Exhibit E and F. Have you seen States Exhibit E and F before, photographs of you and the defendant?
Yes.
Are they true and accurate photographs of you and the defendant together?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd ask that States Exhibit E and F be entered in evidence and published.
Any objection? Couldn't hear you, Mr. Roberts. I don't know if you're muted or doesn't appear as though you're muted. Can't hear you.
Do you hear me now, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Any objection to E and F?
No objection.
All right, E and F will be admitted and you may publish.
What are we looking at, States Exhibit E?
No, that's Justin and myself.
All right. And was this a photograph that you took?
Yeah.
And the date and time for the photograph, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. States Exhibit F. What are we looking at, States Exhibit F?
No, it's Justin and myself.
All right. And was the date that you took that photograph accurately reflected on the photograph is June 17th, 2019?
Yes.
Now, in July of 2019, did you receive the direct message on Instagram from the defendant?
Yes.
And specifically, did you receive a direct message on Instagram from the defendant on July 20th of 2019?
Yes.
All right. And I know we previously gone over these exhibits, but Exhibit G, is that a true and accurate image of the direct message you received from the defendant on July 20th, 2019?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd ask that States Exhibit G be entered into evidence and published.
Any objection? Mr. Roberts, any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. G will be admitted.
Ms. Perkins, is the date on this image the correct date and time in which you received the direct message from the defendant?
Yes.
And would the year be 2019?
That's correct.
And what message did the defendant send to you? If you could just read that for us.
If I could ask for one thing for my birthday, I'd ask that you to please call me. All I'm asking is that you hear me out for the last time, please.
All right. And what was the circumstances surrounding that direct message?
We had got into an argument and I had blocked him on my cell phone. And so he used Instagram to contact me.
All right. And as a result of the defendant contacting you on Instagram, did you and he, for lack of a better term, make up and continue on your relationship?
Yes.
All right. Now, has your dog Samson spent time with the defendant before?
Yes.
And whenever I say before, I mean before July 29th of 2019?
Yes.
All right. Has your dog Samson spent any time with the defendant's son Malcolm before July 29th of 2019?
Yes.
All right. Were there any problems before between Sampson and the defendant or Sampson and Malcolm?
Never.
All right. Did you ever take photographs or videos of Sampson interacting with the defendant?
Yes.
Did you ever take photos or videos of Sampson interacting with the defendant's son, Malcolm?
Yes.
All right. And we previously gone over States Exhibit H and J. Are those fair and accurate photographs of you, the defendant in Sampson, and the defendant in Sampson?
Yes.
Your Honor, it's asked that States Exhibit H through J be entered into evidence and published.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, H through J will be admitted.
And what is States Exhibit H, if you could explain what we're looking at?
That's me with my head partially cut off. That's Sampson and Justin.
All right. And States Exhibit I, what are we looking at in States Exhibit I?
Sampson laying down in front of Justin.
All right. And States Exhibit J, what are we looking at States Exhibit J?
Sampson and Malcolm.
And Malcolm, is that the defendant's young son?
That's correct.
All right. Now, did you also make any videos of the defendant and you and Sampson interacting together?
Yes.
All right. And we previously gone over States Exhibit K and L videos. Are they fair and accurate videos of you, the defendant, and Sampson interacting together?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd ask that States Exhibit K and L be entered into evidence and published.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, K and L will be admitted and published.
All right, and what did we just view there on States Exhibit K? If you could tell us what was going on.
Sampson was kissing Justin, and that's myself.
All right. And approximately when was this video taken?
June 17, 2019.
All right. And now States Exhibit L. I'm going to go ahead and play that. All right. Now, next I want to show you States Exhibit M. Well, actually, you've seen States Exhibit M before. Is States Exhibit M a fair and accurate video of Sampson playing with Malcolm or Malcolm playing with Sampson?
Yes.
All right. Your Honor, I'd ask that States Exhibit M be entered and published.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
M is admitted and you may publish.
Thank you. I have no more questions for the witness.
All right. Cross-examination, Mr. Roberts.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. One moment. Ms. Perkins, let's just go back to the top. I'm taking you back to the events prior to July 29, 2019. Isn't it true that a trespass warning was issued to you to stay away from the home?
No,
You're not given a trespass warning?
no,
Okay, within this case, you gave me a deposition, is that correct?
yes,
You spoke to Nick Roberts, is that correct? His investigator that came to the hospital room, is that correct?
yes,
And you spoke to Investigator Magno, is that correct?
yes,
And when you spoke to Investigator Magno, it was videotaped, isn't that correct?
yes,
And on that videotape, he went back and forth with you, explaining to you what a trespass warning was, whether or not an officer gives it to you verbally or the resident of the home gives it to you. And y'all went back and forth about what an official and an unofficial trespass warning is. Do you remember that?
briefly,
Excuse me, ma'am?
briefly,
Okay, but you do remember that encounter with Officer Magna, is that correct?
I do.
Okay, and it was in reference to a trespass warning that was issued to you because Mr. Haynes' family did not want you at the home, is that correct?
What's the question?
I said the trespass warning was issued to you because Mr. Haynes' family, his mom, his grandmother, they did not want you or your dog at the home and Preston Street, is that correct?
No, that's not what it was in reference to. No, I've never been given a trespassing warning.
Okay, so okay. So TPD has no record of you getting a trespass warning.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. And then also, at some point, Mr. Haynes is boarding your dog. You have your dog at Mr. Haynes' home, is that correct?
He's not boarding my dog. My dog is there because that's where I am and we're all hanging out.
Now, let's take it to the night of this incident occurred. You came to the home, isn't that correct? When you
Yes.
you went to the home. And when you got to the home, you didn't park directly in front of Mr. Haynes' residence, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and the reason you don't park in front of Mr. Haynes' residence is because his grandfather lives relatively close and you do not want them to see your vehicle near Mr. Haynes' home. Isn't that correct?
I didn't park in the driveway because Justin's truck was there. I parked in.
So is your testimony that you have a very good relationship with Mr. Haynes' family, his mother and grandfather?
No.
What type of relationship would you say you have with them?
I don't have a relationship with his family.
Okay, but would you say they do not like you being at the residence on Preston Street? Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, when you were on Preston Street and you came in and you talked to Mr. Haynes, and isn't it true he was sitting on the couch just watching TV?
He was on the phone. Yeah, with his dad.
Yeah, he was on the phone with his dad, but he's just watching TV, nothing major happening, just sitting down. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, because you described him as agitated, but he's on the phone with his dad, just having a regular conversation. Is that correct?
When he got off the phone and wanted to talk to
I'm asking you when he came in the home, Ms. Perkins. He was just on the phone with his dad having a regular conversation. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then at some point after that, was your dog was outside in the yard and Mr. Haynes went and let the dog in. Is that correct?
No.
So was the dog already in the house when you got there?
Yes.
Okay. But at some point during the course of the evening, when you and Mr. Haynes were there, there's an issue of whether or not your dog knocked down Malcolm. Isn't that correct?
Samson was never an issue.
You're saying Samson never knocked down Malcolm at all?
No.
Okay. And then after that, you're saying that you went into the bedroom and you took your clothes off?
I laid down and watched TV.
Okay. Now, are you saying you didn't take your clothes off how did your clothes come off?
Yeah, probably when I went into the bedroom, I took my clothes off and laid down. Just across the bed, turned the TV on.
So, and you took your clothes off on your own, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you say you took your clothes off, you had no top on, just underwear on. Is that correct?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then just fast forwarding through the night, you're saying that at some point there's some wanting to talk. You don't have no idea what they wanted to talk about. Is that correct? What Justin wanted to talk about, but he wanted to have a conversation. Is that correct?
Yeah, when he got off the phone.
He said he wanted to talk to you.
Yeah.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. And isn't it true that he wanted to talk to you about not having your dog at the home? Isn't that correct?
No.
So you did not say to Mr. Weed when he did the direct examination of why he wanted to talk, you just said he wanted to talk. Is that correct?
I never found out what he wanted to talk about.
Okay. Now, and your testimony is he just wanted to talk, but you have no idea what he wanted to talk about.
We never got into
Okay.
whatever he was talking
All right.
about.
At some point during the exchange, I believe Malcolm, you said Malcolm was put in his room. You wanted Malcolm to be put in his room. And there was, Mr. Haynes became upset about Malcolm going in his room. Do you remember that exchange with Mr. Weed?
Yes.
Okay. And you guys discussed that matter with Malcolm going in his room. Is that correct?
Briefly, yes.
Okay. But at some point, you're saying Mr. Haynes becomes a little bit agitated. Is that correct?
He was already agitated.
Okay. Now, you're stating he's already agitated, but no one knows why he's agitated. You're just using that term agitation.
No, not necessarily. We had a conversation when he was on the couch about whatever else he had going on. I think maybe he had been anxious about it, or I don't know. He wanted to talk to me, and I tried to avoid the conversation by going into the room, and he still wanted to talk.
But even with that being said, and I don't know the degree of what you're saying an agitation is, but you still felt comfortable enough or that the mood was proper for you to disrobe and get in his bed. Is that correct?
Please repeat the question.
I said, even with what you're describing as some form of agitation, you still disrobed, meaning took your clothes off and got in his bed. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you went in his room on your own. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
He did not tell you to go into his room. Isn't that correct?
I was welcome that night.
That's not my question is, Ms. Perkins. Listen to me carefully. He did not ask you to go in the room. You went in the room on your own. Isn't that correct?
He did not order me to go to the room or tell me to go to the room. I was there for the night and I went into the room.
My question is, you went into the room on your own. Isn't that correct? Without any direction from Mr. Haynes?
Yes.
Okay. And that is Mr. Haynes' bedroom where his clothes and where he sleeps and he spends the night, things of that nature. That's his bedroom. Isn't that correct?
Where I spend the night, where I stay and put my things, yes.
I'm not asking about your things. I'm saying is that Mr. Haynes' bedroom. That's a 4-bedroom house, but that particular room you went into was Mr. Haynes' room. Isn't that correct?
I guess.
Just yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And then at some point during the evening, you stated to Mr. Weed that Mr. Haynes punched the wall. Is that correct?
He did.
Okay.
Can I get my charger, Mr. Roberts?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So he's in the room. We're talking about punching the wall. Okay. And isn't it true that your dog at this moment is becoming a little bit more excited? Isn't that correct?
After he's punching the wall and yelling, yes.
No, that's not my question. I said during this conversation you guys were having, however you want to describe it, isn't your dog becoming more excitable?
I don't really know if I understand what you're saying.
You know how you have a dog named Samson, and when Mr. Haynes is speaking with you, at some point, does he becomes more animated, more maybe a term is aggressive? Do you remember that?
No, it's not
Okay.
until Justin shows aggression that Samson then starts to bark.
Okay. Now, at some point during that night, Mr. Haynes is bit on his leg by a dog in that same room where you were.
No knowledge.
Okay. You're saying you never seen Samson bite Mr. Haynes?
No.
Okay. And we're talking about the room. We're not talking about a big bedroom. Isn't that correct? We're not talking about a huge bedroom. A small room.
Yes.
Ma'am?
It's a standard bedroom, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
It's not. But in other words, if you're in that room, Justin Haynes is in that room, your dog is in that room, you can see everything that's interacting between you, Justin, and the dog. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And if your dog would have bit Justin in front of you, you would have saw it. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And your testimony to Mr. Haynes, Miss Nick Roberts, and all law enforcement officers is that your dog never bit Justin. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And is also your testimony that your dog never bit anybody before. Isn't that correct? Huh?
Not to my knowledge.
No. I'm asking you, that's your testimony, was that your dog never bit anyone, including Justin Haynes before. Isn't that correct?
Not to my knowledge, because I don't have any knowledge of that.
Okay. Now, at some point, Mr. Haynes does punch the wall, and at some point he does look around for a weapon. Isn't that correct? You remember that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And your statement today to Mr. Weed was that Justin said he was going to kill you?
Yeah.
That's what you said, right?
Kill me and Samson, that's true.
Ma'am? Hello?
Hello?
That's what you said, that Justin was going to try to kill you. Is that correct?
Me and my dog, that's correct.
Okay. Now, you called 911 that day. Isn't that correct?
That's true.
Okay. And you listened to the 911 call. Isn't that correct? We just played it. Everybody heard it. Right?
I heard. That's correct.
Okay. Nothing in that 911 call you ever stated that Justin Haynes was trying to kill you. Did we ever hear those words uttered out of your mouth?
No, I never said that, but he said he
No,
was
I'm
gonna
just asking you. You called 911. They asked you 3 times, actually maybe 4 times, who shot you. You never said who shot you either. Isn't that correct?
I was in shock, Mr. Roberts.
I know you're saying that you were in shock, but you're saying that someone is trying to kill you and you're calling 911 and not giving them that pertinent information as to who a potential assailant would be for you. You did not give them that pertinent information, and the 911 operator asked you 3+ times who shot you, and you never said Justin Haynes shot you. Is that correct? You heard the tape with me.
Yeah, I guess I never said that.
Okay. In fact, you actually called for Justin a couple of times, multiple times, saying, Justin, I'm dying. I heard that. Okay.
Yes.
You didn't say, Justin, you're trying to kill me. You said, Justin, I'm dying. Is that correct? Ma'am?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
And then you also heard on the tape, Justin say the dog effing bit me. You heard that also. Is that correct?
He only said that because he seen I was on the phone with the 911 operator.
Now let's back up. Let's back up. We're talking about what was said on the tape that you heard. You heard Justin say that the dog effing bit me as a reason why he shot at the dog. Isn't that correct, Miss Perkins?
No,
You need to play the
it's not
911
correct.
tape again? You need to play the tape again?
Only if you want to, Mr. Roberts.
Okay.
But the reason he took my phone, he said that, and he hung up.
Okay. Then you also said, because when Mr. Weed is examining you, you're stating that you're saying that through the 911 that he's trying to kill you. But there's nothing on the 911 tape, because you had a plenty ample opportunity. It's a 3-minute tape. Just uttering the word "someone's trying to kill me" is very quick, less than a couple of seconds. And you never said that. Is that correct?
No, Justin says it himself that he's gonna kill me.
No, you're saying Justin said that. We have absolutely no evidence other than your words.
I mean,
No. Let's go a little further. This is after 911 is called. You rode to the hospital with a police officer, Josh White, who was there, who took the pictures that we just showed through Mr. Weed. Isn't that correct?
Oh, I don't know, I guess.
Well, you rode to the hospital with him. He was a police. You said that. You rode to the hospital. You don't remember riding to the hospital in the ambulance?
Yes, I don't know who it was with me.
Well, let's just strike the fact that it's a name. Let's say it's a police officer. Do you remember a police officer being in the vehicle with you?
Yes.
Okay. And you never told that police officer that Justin Haynes was trying to kill you or harm you. Isn't that correct?
I don't remember what conversations we had.
No, I understand that. But you seem to have a very good recollection on other topics. But when it comes to information related to Justin Haynes making those statements at this particular point, we're getting a little blurry. And I just need some clarification. When you drove in an ambulance with Mr. White, you are just ordinary TPD officer. You never said Justin Haynes is trying to kill you. Is that correct?
I don't remember. I told the interview guy. I said it at some point. I don't remember when.
Okay. And so it would be in some report that you said that if you did actually say that.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. And then also when you're in your hospital bed, you called a gentleman named Jared Mabry. Remember, you know who Jared Mabry is?
That's correct.
Okay. And you called him from your hospital bed. Isn't that correct?
I did. That's correct.
And you told him that you were shot. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And you never told him that Justin Haynes shot you or Justin Haynes was trying to kill you. Isn't that correct?
I don't think we were able to talk about anything.
But I'm asking you, you spoke with him. Isn't that correct? You called him.
I called him, yeah.
Okay. And you had a conversation with him. Isn't that correct?
No, he actually disconnected the phone.
So you never had a conversation with Jared Mabry?
Not about the shooting.
No, I'm asking you, did you ever have, listen to me, I try to be talk clear. Did you ever have a conversation with Jared Mabry on the night that this happened or the early mornings when this happened? That's the question. Yes or no, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. During that conversation, isn't it true that you never said Justin Haynes tried to kill you or harm you? Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Thank you. Okay. And then, let's go through one moment. Then also, when you said that the incident happened, and isn't it true that Justin Haynes came in the room and informed you he's trying to pick you up, get you out of the room to try to get you help? Isn't that true?
No.
He never got you out of the room, Ms. Perkins?
He did get me out of the room.
Okay. And isn't it true? Hello?
I'm still here.
I lost that. I'm saying he tried to get you out the room. Isn't it correct?
He eventually got me out of the room.
Okay. And the police officers came into the area and they attended to you. Isn't that correct?
Yes, other people attended to me, not Justin.
Okay. But Justin was able to carry out the room. Isn't that correct?
Against my will, yes.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. You claim that Justin said he's trying to kill you. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So he comes into the room and he has access to a gun. You're saying he's trying to kill you, but there's no more shots being fired or anything directed in your way as regards to violence. Isn't that correct? Ma'am? Isn't that correct?
Not really.
Now, listen to me carefully, Ms. Perkins. After the incident, Mr. Haynes comes in the room. He has access to a 9mm, a semi-automatic weapon, and you're claiming he's trying to kill you, and there's no more shots or anything fired in your direction after the initial incident that occurred where you and your dog was actually shot. Is that correct?
There were no more shots fired.
Listen to me carefully. After you're saying Mr. Haynes is trying to kill you, my question is, after Mr. Haynes gets access to the room, you're already on the floor. He has a semi-automatic weapon. He has access to another firearm. He never tried to shoot you or do anything after the initial incident. Isn't that correct?
He didn't have the gun in his hand when he came in the room.
Well, he didn't put his hands around your neck or do anything to harm you. Isn't that correct?
He hung up on the 911 operator, which is how I could get help.
All right. Well, I'm just going to move on. Then let's get back to how the shooting incident occurred. And I took your deposition, and you talked to Officer Magna, and you and all those things happened. Isn't it true that you're stating that you're standing directly behind the door when the gun is discharged? Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And you're stating that you're holding the door. And when you're saying you're standing behind the door, that means your physical body is in front of the door. Isn't that correct?
Yes, I'm holding the door, holding the knob, pulling in.
With both hands. Isn't that correct? What you said in your deposition. All right. And then when you're holding the door, you're facing front to the door, not side or any other angles. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And then you said that when the shots were fired, your dog, Samson, was on the opposite side or somewhere else in the room, not near you when the gun was discharged. Isn't that correct?
That was between the bed and the closet in front of the dresser.
Okay. So when you're holding the door with both hands, Samson could not be in your hands. Is that correct?
That was never in my hands.
Excuse me?
Samson was never in my hands.
And that's exactly what I wanted to, that's where I was going. So when the shots were fired, both your hands and your body is facing the door, the gun is discharged, and you are shot. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. But somehow, with Samson being away from the door, you having access, you're holding the door with both hands. Samson, did you know that Samson was actually hit with the projectile, a bullet? Did you know that?
Never, not until I was in the hospital.
Okay, so your understanding was Samson was not shot that night. That's your understanding?
No, sir. That's not what I just said.
I'm just asking you. Was it your understanding that Samson was never shot?
I found out in the hospital that Samson had been shot.
And to your knowledge, you don't know how that happened. That's what you're telling us. You don't know how Samson could have gotten shot.
Well, I know how. There was a gun discharged where we were.
Okay, but you're stating that when the gun was discharged, and listen to me very carefully, that Samson was not around when the gun was discharged.
Samson was between the bed and the closet in front of the dresser.
And you were holding the door.
I was holding the door when I heard the gun cycle or engage or whatever term it is. I heard that happening on the other side of the door, and I turned my body to the left, and I noticed I had been shot.
Okay, so you said, so you're turning your body before or after the shooting? Because you're claiming now, you remember you said you have both hands on the door.
I did have both hands on the door. I had both hands on the door. I
when
heard the.
Okay, you have both hands on the door when the gun was discharged. That's what I'm getting at.
I don't know about any of that. I had my hands on the door. I heard the noise of the gun cycling. I turned my body. I see I'm shot. I make like 2 steps and then I fall. And yeah.
And now also you're stating that while you're shot, and we're talking about, this is severe gunshot wounds, and I'm so sorry that that happened to you. With all sincerity, I would, you know, just understand that when I'm asking these questions, I'm asking in the realm of a defense attorney. So, but your wounds are very serious, isn't that correct?
Yes, sir, they are.
And so your wounds are so serious that when you got shot, your hands and your leg had significant wounds where you really was rendered immobile. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
But however, you're stating that you are still able to, even though you're immobile, you're still able to get Samson into the closet by voice command. Isn't that correct?
Once I hit the floor, I said,
question.
you know, excuse me.
This is my question is that your testimony is that you got Samson to a closet by voice command. Isn't that correct?
Closet doors were already open. I told him to get inside. He went inside. I closed the door with my feet, put my feet against the creases of the door so that it wouldn't open. And that's what happened.
So with all this happening, with you being shot, you were still able to maneuver or assist your dog to get in the closet. That's your testimony then, right?
He didn't need much assistance,
Okay.
but I commanded him to get in the closet, and that's what he did. And somehow I was able to open the doors.
So when you're getting Samson in the closet, to your knowledge, did it look like Samson was shot, or did it look like he was not shot?
No, I didn't know that he was shot. I didn't think he was shot.
Did he behave like something happened to him, or he just was acting normal?
He just looked anxious. He looked terrified. He just looked shocked.
But my question to you, was there any indication when you were getting him in the closet that the dog was actually shot at that particular time?
No.
Okay. Let me just go through. Okay. Hold on one.
Whether she never said that.
No, I think that's it. Mr. Akbar, was there anything that we may need to cover additionally? If you're still there.
Yes, I'm still here. No, I think you covered it all, Ms. Roberts.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Akbar. The witness is with the court, Your Honor, for redirect.
Okay. Redirect, Mr. Weed. Thank you. Any questions, Mr. Weed? Your microphone's muted.
I'm sorry. No questions.
Okay, thank you. Can this witness be excused?
Yes.
You're free to go, Ms. Perkins.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome to stay too if you'd like, but you're free to go if you'd like.
Okay, thank you.
All right, who will be your next witness, Mr. Weed?
Detective Megna.
And do you expect that to take a lengthy time or? relatively short.
It's going to take a while, Your Honor. There's a part of it is going to be playing a recorded interview. If I could get the recording to play, which I'll work on over lunch.
I got just a few minutes before noon. Let's take a recess, reconvene at 1 p.m. That should give us just add an hour for lunch. Any objections to that from council?
No, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Okay. We'll be in recess then. We'll reconvene at 1 p.m.